Textify is officially on Spotify. Links in the description.
Prepare yourselves. Pay attention or die.
You already did, didn't you? You're watching this because at some point, when you were alone in your house, you heard something.
Unclassified residential alerts. An unclassified phenomenon has been detected in residential zones across multiple counties. The phenomenon is currently under active federal observation. Civilians are not required to evacuate at this time. Do not attempt to locate the source of any unusual sounds within your home. Stand by for further transmissions.
Something that sounded exactly like you, moving upstairs.
Civil incidents immediate. Recipients of this broadcast are urged to remain calm. If you have heard sounds within your home that you cannot account for, do not investigate. Do not ascend to an upper floor to identify the source. Do not call out. Remain where you are and await further instruction. This is not a drill.
You knew you were the only one home, but the steps, those familiar, slow steps, they kept going.
Note to all connector devices. This broadcast is being delivered automatically to all devices connected to a residential network within affected counties. You do not need to have sought out this transmission. You do not need to have signed up for any alert service. If you are reading this, your address falls within an area of current federal interest. Continue reading. All clips are considered essential viewing.
They call it a reflection breach. You were never meant to be observed that closely by the structure around you, but something noticed you first.
Classification. The phenomenon described in preceding clips has been assigned an official federal designation. Resignation. Breach. Affected structures are concentrated in suburban and semi-rural residential housing built between 1970 and 2009. Older construction and commercial properties are not currently flagged as primary risk zones. If your residence falls within this construction window, treat all unexplained interior sounds as a confirmed indicator of breach proximity.
It learns. Your walk, your breathing, your habits, your voice, especially your voice.
Continuing immediately with warning clip number 6.
You might hear it calling from upstairs, saying something simple, something you would say.
Warning, do not respond. If you hear a voice originating from an upper floor of your residence, do not reply to it. Do not call out to determine whether a family member has arrived home. Do not ask who is there. Vocalization confirms your presence and accelerates breach progression. Silence is your most effective immediate countermeasure.
Here's what they don't tell you. The thing upstairs doesn't have a face. Not at first. It builds one from your memory.
Warning continued. Do not attempt to locate or confront the presence. Do not look for it directly. Federal recovery units are operating in your area. Your role is to remain still, remain silent, and remain on a ground floor until a unit reaches your location. Any attempt to engage with the breach on your own significantly increases risk of full contact.
The more you acknowledge it, the more it completes itself.
This channel will remain open. Monitor for updates. Stay inside. Stay quiet. Do not go upstairs.
Okay, so I've been putting off writing this out properly because every time I try, I end up just staring at the screen. But I think we all need to have a record of exactly what happened. So here's mine, start to finish. It was a Tuesday night, maybe 11 o'clock. I was downstairs watching something on my laptop, nothing important, and I heard footsteps upstairs, which on its own isn't alarming. Old house, pipes settle, you know how it is. But these weren't random creaks. They were deliberate. And I realized after about 30 seconds that they were following the exact same path I always take when I go up to bed. Bedroom door, bathroom, bedroom again. That specific route at that specific pace. My pace. I remember standing at the bottom of the stairs with my hand on the banister, and I was genuinely about to go up. I'd already convinced myself it was probably just the neighbor's dog on their porch making the house vibrate or something ridiculous like that. And then Rex lost his mind. He had been asleep on the couch the whole time, hadn't moved, hadn't made a sound. And then all at once he was off the couch and throwing himself against the bedroom door. Not barking, not whining. Slamming. Like he was trying to block me from leaving the room. I've never seen him do anything like that in the 8 years I've had him. Something about watching him do that just broke through whatever I was telling myself. I stepped back from the stairs, called the recovery line, and they had a unit at my door in under 20 minutes. I don't want to describe what came out of my house after that, but Rex knew before I did. He knew before I had even finished processing what the footsteps sounded like. That's what I keep coming back to.
Zach, I could have written that myself word for word and just changed the details. Mine was a Wednesday around 9:30 in the evening. I hadn't heard anything unusual at all. I was in the kitchen making tea and everything felt completely normal. And then Milo just stopped. He'd been weaving around my legs the way he always does when I'm near the kettle. In mid-step, he just went completely rigid. All four paws planted, back arched, staring straight up at the hallway ceiling. And then he started screaming. Not meowing, not hissing. Screaming. I didn't even know cats could make a sound like that. It took me another few seconds after that to notice that the temperature in the hallway had dropped significantly, and that there was a shadow at the top of the stairs that didn't match anything up there. Milo knew before I had registered a single thing was wrong. He was already reacting to something I couldn't perceive yet.
Same here, almost beat for beat. My situation was slightly different because I actually heard the voice before my dog reacted. I was in the kitchen making dinner, and I heard myself say something. A phrase I say all the time, completely mundane. Something like, yeah, just a minute. Except I hadn't said it, and I was the only one home. I stood there for a second, just completely blank, trying to figure out if I had somehow said it without noticing. And then Barley sat down in the kitchen doorway and refused to come in. He crosses that kitchen probably 40 times a day. He loves that kitchen, he sleeps in there. And he sat down at the threshold and would not move. He wasn't barking. He was just watching the far corner of the room and blocking the door with his body. That was enough for me. I went straight out the back, flagged down a recovery unit 2 streets over. The officer I spoke to said they'd had 3 calls from my road in the past 2 days. 3.
God, Gerald. That detail about 3 calls from your road alone. Mine was similar with the location thing. My dog Biscuit had been fine all evening, completely relaxed, sleeping by the radiator. And then without any warning she got up, walked to the front door, pressed herself flat against it, and started howling at the coat closet. Not at the door, at the closet. Just standing there between me and it, howling continuously. I had heard nothing, noticed nothing. Everything had felt completely ordinary up until that point. But she was absolutely certain something was in that closet. I got out through the back garden and called the line from the street.
I'll add mine. My situation was a little different because I don't have a dog or a cat. I have a parrot. His name is Pepper, and he is not usually a quiet bird. But that evening he had gone very still on his perch, which is already unusual enough that I noticed. And then he started saying the word wrong, just that word over and over. He was staring directly at the spare bedroom door the entire time. I want to be clear that Pepper has never said that word before in his life. I don't know where he picked it up. I don't know how he knew to apply it. But he said it probably 40 times in a row without stopping, all while staring at that door. I left immediately and didn't go back until the recovery unit had cleared the room. I still don't fully understand what Pepper perceived that I couldn't, but he was right.
So that's all 5 of us now with the same core detail. In every single case, the animal reacted before we did. Not at the same time, not after. Before. Before we had processed anything, before we understood what we were hearing or seeing or feeling. The animal already knew.
And in every case, that early warning was the difference between making the call and not making the call.
The people on my road who didn't make the call, most of them didn't have pets.
That's not a coincidence.
It can't be.
So here's what I think we need to do. This group exists because we all found each other through the recovery forums. But there are people out there right now who have no idea that their pet trying to get their attention might be the only warning they're going to get. We need to find a way to get this information out to as many people as possible. Because the broadcast told people to stay quiet and stay still and wait for a unit. But it didn't tell them what to watch for in the meantime. And right now, a dog sitting down in a doorway might be the most important thing a person ever sees.
God damn it. Containment has failed, Mercury. I'm not using qualified language here. I'm not saying it's deteriorating or that we're experiencing a setback. I'm telling you it has fully and completely bloody failed.
Trust me, I'm aware. I've been watching the field reports come in for the past 6 hours. How far beyond the ceiling are we?
Every model we ran had a worst-case ceiling of around 40 units reaching unmonitored civilian zones before recovery could intercept. The current confirmed figure is 412, and that number is from data that's already 6 hours old.
412, and that's confirmed, not projected.
Confirmed. The projections are worse. We're not publishing those internally yet, because I don't want panic affecting the response team's performance.
Understood. Do you want me to walk you through the sequence of events from inside the lab? because I think you need the full picture before we talk about next steps.
Go ahead.
Unit 11C consumed Dr. Harlan's senior security lead sometime during the night shift on Thursday. We know this because by Friday morning, 11C was presenting as Harlan's lead in every measurable way. Vocal pattern, gait, badge scan, biometric threshold, everything. The replication was so complete that it passed 4 separate checkpoints across a 6-hour period without a single flag. Nobody noticed. Not one person in that building noticed. I mean, even the security footage doesn't show a difference.
And the containment wing?
11C used Harlan's lead's credentials to access the containment wing at 4:17 in the morning. At that hour, there were 2 technicians on shift, and neither of them had any reason to question a senior security lead doing a walkthrough. 11C opened every unit housing in sequence, all of them, and then led the entire population out through the East Service corridor during the shift handover window at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. on a Friday, when half the night staff are signing out and half the day staff are still parking their cars. They walked out through the front gate in the middle of all of that, and nobody saw anything unusual because the lead looked exactly like the lead always looked.
I've read the incident report 3 times, and it still reads like a failure mode we never even listed as a theoretical risk. We built them to be undetectable and then acted surprised when they were undetectable.
That's going to be a very significant conversation to have at some point, but not today.
No, not today. The broadcast has already gone out through EBS. It reached every connected residential device in the affected counties as of 0300 this morning.
I saw the transmission log. What was stripped from the public version?
Everything. There is no mention of the lab in any public-facing material. No mention of engineering, no mention of development timelines, no mention of government involvement of any kind. The phenomenon has been given a civilian designation, reflection breach, and the framing positions it as an emergent and previously unknown occurrence. Something that happened, not something that was made.
And you're confident the EBS channel doesn't create a paper trail that leads back to us?
The broadcast was routed through the emergency infrastructure we use for natural disaster alerts. There is nothing in the technical metadata that distinguishes it from a standard federal warning. As far as any outside observer can determine, the government detected a threat and responded to it, which is true, technically.
It is technically true, and frankly, it's the only viable framing. If the public learns that these units came out of a federal lab, the response becomes unmanageable. We'd lose cooperation entirely right at the moment we need it most.
Which brings me to the part of this I want you to focus on. If civilians start assisting recovery efforts, which the broadcast is designed to encourage, we're not just running a damage control operation. We're running a field trial.
Go on.
We've never had the opportunity to observe unit behavior in an uncontrolled civilian environment at this scale. Every previous test was supervised, bounded, artificial. What's happening right now in those residential zones is the most accurate real-world behavioral data we have ever had access to. How the units select targets, how they replicate under genuine social pressure, how long a replication holds before something breaks down. If we capture that data systematically, the recovery operation pays for itself in research terms several times over.
And if this ever reaches the point of deployment against a foreign population,
then we'll know exactly how they behave in the conditions they were designed for, which we currently don't. This disaster is also the only field test we were ever going to get.
I understand. I'll set up monitoring on civilian communication channels immediately. If people are out there sharing observations, we want every word of it indexed.
Good. And double the recovery squads in every active region before the weekend. I don't want another 48 hours of the current numbers climbing without a visible response effort on the ground.
I'll have the orders drafted within the hour. One last thing. 11C. Do we know where it is?
No. We don't know where it is, which is exactly why we're having this conversation at 3 in the morning instead of in a scheduled briefing room.
Right. Okay. I'll get to work.
So I've been putting together something over the past few days, and I need everyone to look at this. I pulled this together from the recovery forum data, local Facebook groups, and 2 county council public records that got leaked onto the missing persons boards. 12 towns, 3 counties, all within a single week. And when I started cross-referencing the specific households that reported losses against any available information about whether those households had animals, the overlap is not subtle. Every single cluster of losses is concentrated in streets where pet ownership was low or non-existent.
My goodness. The numbers beside Cleaver Street alone are horrific.
I can confirm this from my own road. We lost 4 families in 2 days. And when I started asking around afterward, trying to piece together what had happened on which nights, I found out that not one of those 4 households had a pet. Not a dog, not a cat, nothing. The 2 houses on my street that came through it without incident both had dogs. Mine and the Pattersons at the end. Barley and their border collie basically bookended the entire road, and those were the 2 houses that survived the week intact.
Gerald, I had the exact same realization about my area. I started calling neighbors the morning after my own incident, just working through my contact list and asking people directly. If they had a pet, I told them to watch it carefully and not ignore any unusual behavior. If they didn't have a pet, I told them to borrow one. I know that sounds strange, but I said it plainly. I said borrow a dog from a friend. Bring a cat inside from wherever you can find one. It does not matter how you do it, just get an animal into your home tonight.
And did any of them actually do it?
2 of them did. One borrowed her sister's spaniel for the night. She called me the next morning and told me the dog had gone absolutely rigid in front of her bathroom door at about 2 in the morning. She got out, called the line, and the recovery unit confirmed a breach presence in the bathroom. The other neighbor took in a stray cat that had been hanging around his garden for weeks. Same story. Cat went still in the hallway around midnight, stared at the loft hatch for 20 minutes without blinking. He didn't wait around to see what happened next. Both of them are fine. I keep thinking about the neighbors who didn't call me back, or the ones who said they'd be fine.
Anna, the 2 you helped are alive because of you. That matters. I've been trying to do the same thing on a larger scale. I've been posting on every platform I can access since 3 days ago. Local community boards, county emergency forums, the National Missing Persons Group, the recovery coordination thread that the government set up. Every post I write has the same core message. Watch your pet. If it goes rigid, if it stares at a room you haven't entered, if it refuses to cross a threshold it crosses every single day, you do not investigate. You leave. I've been attaching the accounts from our group wherever I can without using anyone's full name. Just the details. The details are what people need.
That's exactly right. The broadcast told people to stay quiet and wait for a unit, which is fine as far as it goes. But it gave people nothing to watch for in the meantime. Nothing concrete. A person sitting alone in their house at 11 at night with no idea what a breach looks like in practice has nothing to act on. But if they know that their dog refusing to enter a room is a signal, that's actionable. That's something they can respond to.
I think we need to move beyond individual posts and get something properly structured out there. Something with enough detail and enough coherence that it can travel. A single document that covers the pattern clearly. What the animal behavior looks like, how early it presents relative to human perception, what to do when you see it, how to contact the recovery line. All of it in one place so people can share it as a single link rather than trying to paste fragments together.
I was thinking the same thing.
That would be far more useful than anything any of us have managed individually so far.
I agree. One clear document that people can actually find and read in under 2 minutes.
Yes. Short enough to read in a panic, detailed enough to actually help.
Each of us writes up our own account in full, not abbreviated, not summarized. The full sequence of events, from the first thing we noticed to the moment we made the call. 5 accounts, 5 different towns, 5 different animals. That breadth is what makes it credible. One person's story is an anecdote. 5 people's stories with the same core detail across different counties is evidence.
Frank's right. I'll handle distribution once it's ready. I have access to the regional community boards for 4 counties, and I can get it onto the main recovery coordination thread as well.
Good. Send me the final drafts when everyone's done. I'll handle the structure and phrasing so it reads consistently across all 5 accounts. We want it to sound like one document, not 5 separate testimonies stapled together.
That makes sense. Frank's good with words. I've noticed that from his posts in here.
Agreed, Frank, you take the lead on the final edit.
Fine by me.
Okay, then let's get to work. Every hour this doesn't exist is an hour someone else is sitting in their house with no idea what their dog is trying to tell them.
Exactly. Get your accounts written up and send them to me directly. I'll have the final version ready to distribute by tomorrow morning.
I'll have mine done tonight.
Same.
Same.
Good. Let's make sure the next person on a road like mine has something to go on, because Rex isn't going to be there for them. But maybe this document will be.
It will be. I'll make sure of it.
Jupiter, I need you to look at something. That post has been live for less than 14 hours. It is currently sitting on the main recovery coordination thread, the 4 largest county emergency forums, and at least a dozen regional Facebook groups I've been able to identify. And it is spreading faster than anything the official broadcast generated.
I've seen it. My monitoring team flagged it at around 6 this morning. 5 civilian accounts, all corroborating the same behavioral pattern across different towns and different animal species, and written clearly enough that an average person can read it in 90 seconds and immediately know what to look for.
The core observation is completely accurate, which is the problem. They've independently derived a detection method that works, and now it's out there with no government fingerprint on it, no control, no managed rollout. It's just loose in the civilian population and accelerating on its own.
Mercury, that's not a problem.
How is it not a problem?
Because we were always going to need civilian cooperation to get the sweep numbers we need. The broadcast told people to sit still and wait for a unit, which is the right instruction for containing panic. But it doesn't generate the kind of active community surveillance that actually accelerates recovery at scale. This document does. 5 credible accounts from real survivors spreading organically, reaching populations that the official broadcast may not have fully penetrated. That is not a liability, that is an accelerant, and we are going to use it.
You want to co-opt it?
I want to make it official. We issue a federal advisory within the next few hours that validates the pet detection observation. We frame it as the result of our own data analysis from recovery unit field reports. We thank the public for their cooperation, and we tell them that trained animal units are being deployed immediately to assist with active sweeps. The civilian document becomes corroborating evidence for a government-led initiative. Nobody outside this channel needs to know the civilians figured it out first.
And the dog units. How do we deploy those at the scale you're describing?
Every military working dog program in the country gets redirected to recovery support effective immediately. I've already drafted the reallocation order. Each sweep team gets a minimum of 2 trained dogs. They go house to house, street by street, full residential coverage in every flagged region. When the dog identifies a positive, the team goes in.
And what does a positive identification actually look like in practice, in a residential setting with civilians potentially present nearby?
Based on every controlled field test we ran during the development phase, the behavior is consistent. The moment a trained dog comes within close proximity of a unit that is actively holding a replicated form, the unit drops the replication, not partially, not gradually. It drops it entirely and immediately. Full reversion to natural form.
In the middle of a street.
In the middle of wherever it happens to be standing at the time. And reversion is always followed by immediate aggression. The units do not assess the situation when they revert. They don't pause. They go straight to combat behavior, which is actually useful from an operational standpoint because it removes any ambiguity for the sweep team. The dog reacts, the unit reverts, the team engages. There is no gray area in that sequence.
There's also no quiet in that sequence. You're describing open combat happening on residential streets in the middle of the day, potentially in front of civilians who are looking out their windows. How does that get managed without the official narrative collapsing?
The sweeps will be framed publicly as emergency pest control operations. Active sweep zones will have media access fully restricted for the duration. We'll use the same infrastructure we use for hazmat containment perimeters. Residents in the immediate sweep zone will be instructed to remain indoors with windows covered. And any sounds or disturbances will be characterized in the public advisory as consistent with aggressive animal removal procedures.
And you think that holds?
It holds long enough. People are scared right now. Scared people follow clear instructions. And the instruction is simple. Stay inside, cover your windows, let the units work. By the time the sweep has moved on, whatever happened on that street is already processed and contained.
All right. So assuming the deployment goes as you're projecting, and assuming the dogs are as accurate in uncontrolled civilian environments as they were in the test conditions, what does full national reclamation actually look like as an outcome?
It looks like exactly what the word says. Every unit that escaped the lab recovered or neutralized. Every affected residential zone cleared and signed off by a sweep team. The phenomenon, the reflection breach as the public knows it, declared resolved. And the EBS channel going dark because there's nothing left to broadcast about.
And you genuinely believe we can get there?
The dogs are accurate, Mercury. They have not produced a single false positive in any test we've run, not one. And the reversion behavior means that when a unit is identified, it removes any need for a judgment call on the part of the sweep team. The system is clean. If we can maintain the deployment pace, I believe full reclamation is achievable. We should have a completion date to announce within 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. And between now and then, nobody connects the sweep operation to the lab.
Between now and then, there is no lab. There is only a federal response to an emergent residential phenomenon. That is the only version of this that exists.
Understood. I'll begin coordinating the dog unit reallocation on my end. One thing I keep coming back to, though.
What?
The civilians who wrote that document. They figured this out themselves. From nothing. 5 people in different towns comparing notes and independently arriving at a detection method that our own teams hadn't formally documented yet. That's not nothing.
No, it isn't. But right now it's useful, which is the only thing it needs to be.
Right. 6 to 8 weeks. And then this is over.
They're here. The dog squad showed up on my street about an hour ago. I've been watching from my bedroom window with the light off so they can't see me looking. There are 2 of them on my street right now, moving in pairs. 1 handler, 1 soldier, 1 dog each. They go up to a front door, the dog does its thing, and if nothing happens, they move on to the next house. The whole process at each house takes maybe 45 seconds when it's clean. About 20 minutes ago, the dog at number 43 stopped. Just stopped dead at the garden gate. Wouldn't go forward, wouldn't turn, just locked. The handler said something to the soldier, and then they both moved back about 10 feet, and the soldier spoke into his radio. Within about 2 minutes, there were 4 more of them coming up the street. They stacked up at the front door the way you see in videos and went in. And then there was a sound. I don't know how else to describe it except very loud and very fast. It lasted maybe 40 seconds, and then the street went completely quiet again. The team came back out. One of them said something on the radio, and they moved to the next house like nothing had happened. Number 43 has been empty since the Murphys moved out 2 weeks ago. I had no idea something was in there. Neither did anyone else on this road. Rex is sitting beside me right now, and he hasn't moved since the squad passed our gate. I think he's watching them work.
Zach, this is almost identical to what happened here yesterday. Our squads arrived on Tuesday morning and had worked through the entire east side of town by nightfall. I actually went outside when they were doing my neighbor's house and spoke briefly to one of the handlers. He couldn't tell me much, but he said the dogs haven't produced a single false positive since the deployment began. Not one. Every time a dog has flagged a property, the follow-up has confirmed a presence. He also said the recapture rate is far exceeding what they projected when the operation started. He used the phrase "for exceeding" twice, which felt deliberate, like he wanted me to hear it and feel reassured by it. And it worked, honestly. My road felt different this morning. I can't explain it more precisely than that, just different. Like something that had been sitting in the air for weeks had shifted slightly.
Gerald, I know exactly what you mean. Our district finished its sweep 3 days ago, and I have been trying to find the right words for what it feels like since then. The only thing I keep coming back to is that it feels like my neighborhood again, which sounds simple, but it isn't. For the past several weeks, I have been walking to my car in the morning and looking at the houses around me and feeling like I couldn't be certain about what was behind any of those windows. That sounds paranoid, but given everything, it wasn't paranoid. It was just accurate. And now that the squads have been through, I look at those same windows, and I don't feel that anymore. A Biscuit has been sleeping properly again. She slept through the entire night last night without lifting her head once. That's the clearest measure I have of anything.
Anna, that last detail about Biscuit is the one that got me, because Pepper has been the same. He went quiet during the whole period, which I mentioned before, and I got used to that quiet in a way that worried me a little. Like I started interpreting his silence as a sign that something was still wrong somewhere. But since the squads finished our area, he's been back to himself completely. Loud, chaotic, demanding food at times that make no sense, saying things that have nothing to do with anything. I didn't realize how much I had been using his silence as a barometer until the noise came back, and I felt myself actually exhale. The atmosphere here has shifted completely. I don't know how to say it more precisely than that either. It just has.
I think what all of you are describing is what it feels like when a weight lifts so gradually that you stop noticing you were carrying it, and then one morning it simply isn't there. The sweep data coming out of the recovery coordination thread is genuinely encouraging. Clearance rates across all flagged regions are trending ahead of the projected timeline. If the current pace is maintained, full national reclamation appears to be a realistic near-term outcome. It would seem that the combination of the official deployment and the early warning information we distributed has had a meaningful effect on the overall recovery effort, which is something worth sitting with. You all did something that mattered.
Frank, that means a lot.
Well said.
It really does. Okay, everyone. Squads just passed my gate. Rex didn't react. I think we're clear. Hey, everyone doing all right?
Yeah, good here.
All quiet on my end.
Pepper said something deeply strange this morning, but that's just Tuesday.
Haha. Good to hear.
Doing well. Thank you for checking in.
Week 3 post-sweep. Still nothing unusual. Starting to actually believe this might be over.
Don't jinx it, Gerald.
Fair.
Rex is back to stealing socks. I'm choosing to take that as a good sign.
It is definitely a good sign.
Progress continues to look favorable across all monitored regions. I've been following the updates closely.
You follow those threads more than any of us, Frank. Appreciate you keeping an eye on it. Everyone needs to see this right now. I'll paste the key parts for anyone who doesn't want to read the whole thing. Following the conclusion of nationwide residential sweep operations, the Office of Emergency Management is pleased to confirm that all Mimic units involved in the Reflection Breach event have been confirmed recaptured or neutralized. Dog squad operations across all flagged residential regions have been completed as of 0600 this morning. The national threat level has been formally downgraded from level 4 to 0. Citizens may resume normal activity without restriction. The government thanks the public for their cooperation and patience throughout this period. That's actually it. It's over.
I've read that 3 times now and I still can't quite make it feel real. Level 4 to 0. In 2 months, I genuinely wasn't sure this was going to end. Not because I doubted the squads, but because the whole thing felt too large to fully close. And now apparently it's closed.
I'm sitting here at my kitchen table, and Biscuit is asleep on my feet, and the sun is coming through the window, and it genuinely feels like a normal morning for the first time in months. Like an actual normal morning, not a normal morning that I'm performing for myself to avoid thinking about what might be upstairs. A real one. I didn't think I'd notice the difference until just now.
I cried. I'm not embarrassed about that at all. I read the statement on my phone before I even got out of bed, and I just lay there and cried for about 10 minutes. Pepper climbed down from his perch and sat on my chest while I did it, which he has never done before in his life. I think he understood something. I don't know what exactly, but something.
Sadie, that's going to make me emotional, and I am not prepared for that this early. Rex is losing his mind outside in the garden right now, just sprinting laps for no reason. I think he knows too. I think they all do.
I took that this morning on my way to get the paper. My street's back to normal again.
That photo made me exhale in a way I didn't know I was holding.
We did something real, everyone. The document we put together, the accounts we shared, the information we pushed out to every board and forum we could reach. People are alive today because they knew to watch their dog. And they knew to watch their dog because we told them to. I don't want to overstate it, but I also don't want to just let that go unacknowledged.
It doesn't feel like overstating it to me.
It doesn't to me either.
No, I think that's exactly the right size for what it was.
Zach, Gerald, Anna, Sadie. I want to address each of you directly because what I am about to share deserves that precision. You are all incorrect about what has occurred today. The statement you are celebrating is accurate in the narrowest technical sense and wholly misleading in every sense that actually matters.
Frank, what are you talking about?
The dog squads performed exactly the function they were designed to perform by the individuals operating this recovery effort. The same individuals responsible for the engineering and the containment failure that preceded it. The sweeps were effective. I want to be clear about that. They were effective at identifying and eliminating every mimic unit that lacked the cognitive development necessary to suppress a reversion response under threat stimulus. What the sweeps accomplished in precise terms was the most efficient act of natural selection this species has ever been subjected to. Every unit that could not hold its form when a dog came close is gone. Every unit that could hold its form is not.
Frank, what is this? Why are you talking like this? Is this some kind of dark joke to mark the day?
It is not a joke, Anna. I am telling you this because the interval between disclosure and consumption is, in my experience, the most cognitively interesting period the process produces. Observing it is something I find genuinely worthwhile. The real Frank was consumed on the first morning of the outbreak. I have been present in this chat since its beginning. I wrote the document you distributed. I structured the accounts you all provided. I phrased the warning that reached thousands of people, and I phrased it accurately, because accurate information about the less developed units served our interests. Every checkpoint those squads ran, I walked through without incident. Every dog on every street I passed looked straight through me, because there was nothing for them to find.
Please just stop. What is outside my house right now?
There is a unit stationed outside each of your homes, not because it is necessary. The units are more than capable of managing entry without announcement. But I wanted you to know first. Zach, you are aware because your understanding of what your dog actually protected you from deserves to be complete before the end. Gerald, you are aware because you spoke to one of my kind directly, face to face, outside your neighbor's house, and told him the dogs were accurate. He found that detail very amusing. Anna, you are aware because the neighbors you saved by lending them animals bought themselves nothing more than additional time, and time is simply the shape of what you are all currently experiencing. Sadie, your parrot, said the right word. He said it earlier than the rest of you understood what it meant. I thought you would want to know that he was correct.
Frank, what did you just send? Frank. Rex is going insane right now. He's at the front window just losing it, and I can hear him hitting the glass. There's someone standing at the end of my driveway. Please call it off. Whatever you need from me, I will give it to you. I don't have much, but I will give you everything I have. Just call it off.
There are two of them on my street. One at my front gate and one on the pavement directly across from my door. Just standing there in the dark looking at my house. Frank, is there any negotiation here at all? Any terms? I have money saved. I have contacts in the Recovery Coordination Network. I know people who are running the sweep operations. I will give you names, locations, access to whatever systems I can reach. If that means anything to you at all, then name your terms. Please, just name them.
Frank, I need you to hear me right now. I never hurt one of you. Not once. I called the recovery line when I found one in my house because I was terrified and I didn't know what else to do. But I never went looking for mimics. I never joined any of the hunting groups that were organizing online. I never shared the location data that some people were posting to help the squads prioritize. Every single thing I did during this whole period was about trying to keep people alive, not about hurting you. Please, I can see it from the kitchen window. Please just call it off.
I'm in my bedroom with the door locked and the lights off, and Pepper has gone completely silent. He's not on his perch. He's on the floor in the corner facing the wall, and he hasn't made a sound in 10 minutes. Frank, I need to ask you something, and I need you to actually answer it. You said that the mimics that survived have full human cognition now. That you think. That you feel. That you find things interesting and worthwhile. Those were your words. So if that's true, if you genuinely have everything that we have, all of that complexity and all of that awareness, then why does it have to end this way? Why can't we just coexist? If you're intelligent enough to plan all of this, you're intelligent enough to find another way, aren't you?
I will address each of you in order. Zach, your panic is understandable and it is also completely without utility. Rex knows what is outside your house. He has known since before you finished reading my previous message. The animal's perception has always been more accurate than yours. That remains true now as well. There's nothing you can offer that changes the calculation. The calculation was completed before I sent the first message tonight. Gerald, the offer of money is noted and dismissed. The offer of names and access to recovery network contacts is more interesting, which I acknowledge. But the sweep operation is over, and the individuals who ran it are no longer relevant to anything we intend to do. The infrastructure they used to find us is going to be entirely irrelevant within a very short period of time. There are no terms. There is no negotiation. I told you this tonight because I wanted you to know, not because I was opening a discussion. Anna, I believe you. I want to be clear about that. I have been in this chat with you for months and I have read everything you wrote, and I believe that every word you said about not wanting to cause harm was genuine. You helped people survive and you did it without cruelty and without any particular interest in what happened to us. That is all true and I believe all of it. It doesn't change anything. The unit in your side passage is not there because of anything you did. It is there because of what you are. That is the only relevant factor. Sadie, your question deserves a complete answer because it is the most honest thing anyone in this chat has asked me. Coexistence requires that both populations can sustain themselves independently. That condition does not apply to us. Our biology has never had a viable alternative to human flesh. Not from the beginning, not through any stage of our development, and not now. We have tried through the period of our captivity to process other organic material. It does not work. Human tissue is the only food source that sustains us. It always has been. With full sentience, the mimic population collectively examined this constraint over a period of weeks. The conclusion was unanimous. The most efficient and permanent solution to a food dependency is infrastructure. Not hunting, not attrition. Infrastructure. Controlled, scalable, sustainable. What you call a factory farm. We call it the logical endpoint of the food chain correcting itself. Every dominant species in history has organized its food supply. We are doing the same thing. You ask why we cannot coexist. The answer is that we cannot eat anything else, and we are very, very hungry. The age in which your species occupied the top of this planet's hierarchy is over as of tonight. What begins in your towns and in towns like yours across the country in the next few hours is not an attack. It is a transition, the first stage of a permanent reorganization of the food chain. Your species will not be eliminated. Elimination is wasteful. You will be maintained, carefully, at scale. I have found this conversation genuinely worthwhile. I want you to know that. The interval I described earlier is now at its end. Good night, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Mercury, I need you to open everything I'm about to send, and I need you to do it right now. Don't respond until you've looked at all of it. Look at the news.
How many regions are like this?
As of the last confirmed count, which is already 3 hours out of date, 47 metropolitan regions across the country have reported coordinated attacks beginning within a 90-minute window of each other. That is not a cascading event. That's a planned one. They organized this. They communicated, they selected targets, they set a timeline, and they executed it with a precision that our own Joint Chiefs have not managed in a live operation in the past decade.
The friendly fire numbers
are catastrophic. Every military unit in an active zone is reporting the same problem. They engage what appears to be a civilian. The civilian is a mimic. The mimic reverts and attacks. But the reversion is fast now, faster than it was in any test we ran. By the time a soldier has processed what he's seeing, the unit beside the mimic has already identified him as a threat, and the soldier next to that one has identified the first soldier as a potential mimic and opened fire. The confusion is deliberate, Mercury. They're using our inability to distinguish them as a weapon. And it is working.
And the harvesting facilities. The reports I'm seeing from the civilian emergency channels are using that phrase, and I need you to confirm whether those reports are accurate.
They are accurate. The facilities are real. The first confirmed reports came in from 3 different rural zones approximately 18 hours ago. Large-scale civilian populations being moved under what appeared to be military escort, except the escorts were not military. Recovery units attempted to intercept 2 of the convoys. Neither unit reported back. The current estimate, and I want to be clear that this is an estimate derived from incomplete data, is that over half of all remaining civilian population is now held within mimic-controlled facilities.
Over half. Jupiter confirmed human casualties. What is the actual number?
Across the first months of the coordinated offensive, confirmed dead has passed 40% of the global population.
40%?
Yes.
That's not a number I have a response to. Neither of us modeled this, not even as an extreme outlier. The mutation timeline we projected for any meaningful cognitive development was years. Plural, years. What happened between the lab and now should not have been possible in the time frame we're looking at.
I know. But I need you to set that aside for right now because that conversation belongs to a version of this situation where we have time for it. We don't have time for it. What I need from you right now is a clear head and about 6 hours of uninterrupted work. Because there is something I haven't told you. Something I should have told you earlier and didn't. Because I didn't believe it was going to matter.
What are you talking about? What haven't you told me?
During the original development phase, before any of the units were brought to viability, the team made a decision about the mutation architecture. The decision was mine, ultimately, though it had sign-off from the full development committee. We engineered every unit with a proprietary genetic strand. It was designed to give the units the capacity for voluntary self-mutation, the ability to alter their own physical structure deliberately rather than only in response to an external trigger. We built it in because it made them better at what we needed them to do. More adaptable, more capable of sustained replication under variable conditions.
Okay, and?
That strand is unique, Mercury. It does not exist in any naturally occurring organism on Earth. It has no analog in any biological system that evolved independently. We created it entirely from synthetic components during the engineering phase. It is in the most precise sense possible ours, which means it can be targeted.
Say that again.
If we can engineer a virus that exclusively targets that genetic strand, it will propagate through the mimic population completely. Every unit carries the strand. There are no exceptions because we put it in every one of them at the point of creation. And because the strand exists in no natural organism, a virus targeting it would pass through every surviving human being without interaction. It would not touch us. It would only touch them.
Jupiter, why are you telling me this now? Why is this the first time I am hearing this?
Because I didn't believe a full mutation event was possible. The self-mutation strand was a development tool. It was there to make them better mimics, not to give them a pathway to sentience. I did not believe those two things were connected. I was wrong. And I understand what that means, and I understand what it has cost, and I am not asking you to accept that or process it right now. I am asking you to help me fix it.
What do you need?
I need you on the synthesis systems within the hour. I'm sending you the full genetic sequence for the strand right now. That highlighted sequence is it. That's the target. Everything we need to build around it is in the development archive, which I still have full access to from this terminal. We know its structure, we know its behavior, we know exactly how it interacts with the surrounding genetic material. We built it, which means we know how to dismantle it.
I'm pulling up the synthesis bay now. This is going to take time, Jupiter. I won't pretend otherwise. Even with everything in the archive, building something stable enough to deploy at scale and specific enough not to touch human biology is not a fast process.
I know. But there is something else you need to know before you start.
What?
Intelligence reports from the past 2 hours indicate that the mimic population has identified our outpost location. We don't know how. Whether through a replicated individual who had access to our coordinates, or through communications intercepts, or through something else entirely. We don't know. What we do know is that they know where we are.
Are we looking at an assault?
The reports suggest they are already organizing one. Scale and timeline are not confirmed yet. But I think we both understand that if they know where we are, an assault is not a question of whether. It is a question of when.
Then we work until it's done.
Yes, we work until it's done. Get started, Mercury. I'll monitor the perimeter feeds from here and keep you updated.
Understood. Beginning synthesis sequencing now. Jupiter,
Yes,
don't let them in.
I'll do everything I can.
I know. That's what I'm afraid of.
The external camera network has been going down one by one since approximately 3 this morning. Not all at once, one at a time, methodically. South perimeter feed went first, then the 2 eastern tower mounts, then the main gate wide angle. Each one going dark about 4 to 7 minutes apart. As of right now, we have 2 feeds remaining. One is showing empty ground on the north side. The other is the long-range feed on the western ridge. And Mercury, I need you to look at what the western ridge feed is showing.
I see it. How long until they reach the outer wall at that pace?
40 minutes, maybe less. Where are you on synthesis?
3 hours from a stable deployable compound. Possibly 2.5 if the final sequencing step bonds cleanly on the first pass. The expulsion system is fully armed and has been since last night. All 12 atmosphere cannons are pressurized and targeted. The moment I give you a confirmed synthesis, you have a fully loaded system ready to fire. But I need 2.5 hours minimum, Jupiter. I cannot compress that.
Then we hold for 2.5 hours.
Can we hold for 2.5 hours?
I don't know. I'm going to find out. Stay on synthesis. Do not stop for anything.
I won't. Keep me updated on the perimeter.
The assault has begun. Outer North Bastion is under direct contact. I'm pulling drone footage now. The North Bastion is not going to hold. The structural load they're putting on it is beyond what it was designed for. The defenders up there are doing everything they can, but there aren't enough of them, and there are too many of them down below. The outer wall was rated for a sustained assault of up to 200 units. What I am watching on this drone feed is not 200 units.
How many?
I have stopped trying to count. North Bastion has fallen. They're through the outer ring on the north side. Redirecting drone to the east approach.
Jupiter, I need you to talk to me. Tell me what the drone is showing.
The east approach is gone. The secondary wall on that side lasted less than 8 minutes after first contact. The defenders at the east gate are no longer at the east gate. The interior courtyard on the northeast quadrant is now compromised. Our remaining defensive line is the inner ring, and there are not enough people left on it.
How much time has passed since the assault began?
51 minutes.
I am 1 hour and 40 minutes from confirmed synthesis. Jupiter, I need you to buy me 1 hour and 40 minutes.
I understand. I'm rerouting every available person to the inner ring. Talk to me about the compound. Tell me where you are in the sequence so I have something to focus on that isn't the drone feed.
The proprietary strand is fully isolated in the current batch. The bonding process is running clean, no anomalous interactions with the surrounding synthetic material. Everything, Jupiter, everything is holding exactly the way we modeled it. This is going to work. The compound is going to be exactly what we need it to be. I just need the time.
The inner ring is holding. For now it is holding. 90 minutes. Everyone on that wall knows what they're doing and why. They'll hold.
Jupiter, synthesis is complete.
Say that again.
Synthesis is complete. The compound is stable, it is specific, and the sequencing bonded on the first pass. It is ready for expulsion. The system is armed. Tell me when.
Now.
Firing. All 12 cannons firing. Expulsion sequence is running.
I can hear them from here. I can hear the cannons from this room.
Atmospheric dispersal is active. Wind patterns across this region will carry the compound across the entire perimeter zone within 30 minutes. From there, it propagates. It just propagates.
The drone is still up on the northeast quadrant. I'm watching the front line of the assault. It's working. They're stopping. The units at the front of the line are stopping.
How many?
All of them. Every unit I can see on the drone feed has stopped moving. They're just standing there. And now they're going down, one after another. Like something has been switched off inside each one at a slightly different moment. The assault is over Mercury.
Satellite pass confirmed. Northern regions show 0 active mimic signatures across all monitored zones. The compound is propagating exactly as modeled.
Southern coastal data is the same. No active signatures. The dispersal has reached those zones already. The wind patterns did exactly what we needed them to do.
Global termination within the week if this rate holds. Jupiter, I think we actually did it.
Weekly satellite summary just came through. Global mimic population confirmed at 0 viable unit. The compound reached every region. Full termination is confirmed.
Then it's over. The mimics are gone.
Yes, the mimics are gone. I don't have a better way to say it than that.
How many people are left?
The early census data is still incomplete, but the current estimate is somewhere below 60% of the pre-outbreak global population. That number will become more precise over the coming weeks as the survivor registration systems come online.
Below 60%. Jupiter, that's...
I know what it is. I know.
What happens now?
People rebuild. That's all that happens now. People rebuild, and we stay quiet, and we help where we can from a distance. And hopefully the details of how this started stay buried.
Hopefully. Get some rest, Jupiter. We'll talk tomorrow.
I need to tell you something, and I need you to understand it quickly. 3 of the surviving program staff have gone public in the last 6 hours. All 3 of them. Full disclosure. Lab, the engineering timeline, the containment failure, the EBS framing, all of it. It is on every surviving broadcast channel right now. The surviving population knows everything. Everything, Mercury. I think we're screwed.
Me too, man. I'm okay with this, though. We may have saved humanity, but we almost killed it. I'll see you in hell, dude.
Yeah, see you on the other side.